it's Kat, and if you notice I'm in a different setting, that is because I'm at my mom's house, and I'm in the treehouse room, which is one of the spare bedrooms. We just call it the treehouse room, which I can show you at the end of this video why. So today I'm going to be unpackaging my last Ipsy package. And then after I unpackage it and talk about it a little bit, I'll explain why it's my last one and the rest of these subscriptions that I cut out. So it comes in this, I don't even know what material this is. Plastic. I can't pop the bubble wrap. That's depressing. And then each month you get a makeup bag that comes with it. And truthfully, sometimes they're really cute, like this one's cute, but like I just don't use this size of a makeup bag often, so having it every month, getting a new one, it's just kind of excessive, and I'm pretty sure I've gotten rid of most of them besides like 2 or 3. I've had a few times where they were a different size than this, but most of them are generally this size. So it also typically comes with some sort of card like this, and it usually has some sort of kind of positive, uplifting, beauty something or another, whether it's just a quote or something, and relating it to the bag. I just throw them away. Actually, I recycle them. I will correct myself because I am very big on recycling. So the first thing I'm going to pull out is this makeup brush, because I don't think they give you a makeup brush every month, but they give you makeup brushes quite often.
I'm going to hate myself when I have to clean all that up, like everything I'm throwing down.
And the makeup brushes they've given me have been really nice brushes, soft and good brushes to use, so I've never been disappointed in the makeup brushes. I'm pretty sure there are actual subscriptions for makeup brushes specifically, but I just don't need an excessive amount of certain kinds of makeup brushes, and I can be fairly picky with the ones I want to use. So the next thing is this Face and Eye Daily Makeup Remover. It's by Hey Honey, I'm pretty sure. And it says it's for all skin types and 100% natural ingredients. And it's called Come Undone. I just really like to stick to my staple products, and if something doesn't work out, I'd rather go get a sample size and pick it out myself. And most of the time you can get sample stuff for free, like if you go into Sephora and you get like one of the small samples. So the next thing I have pulled out is called Sand and Upside Down Sky.
Brilliant Skin Detoxifying Brightening.
Detoxifying, brighten, purifying pink clay mask. That was so difficult for me to say, and I have no idea why. This product does contain vitamin A, and I'm pretty sure I'm supposed to avoid that while pregnant. So I don't know how I feel about that. That's another thing. A lot of the ingredients in the products, I just don't want to go through every month and go through each product and research them before I use them. 1, because my skin's sensitive, and 2, now that I'm pregnant. I didn't cancel my subscriptions until I found out I was pregnant, which we'll talk about at the end. I love masks, but I'm very picky about my masks, and I only want ones that are going to work for sure, or like ones that I get like a sample, and I don't know. I don't like trying a bunch of new ones and then risking my skin flipping out when I know which ones do work for me. And obviously you have to try products to know if they work for you or not, but I don't want to constantly be trying new products on my skin. Next thing I pulled out of the bag was Hailey's Refine Prime Foundation Primer. It says it's cruelty-free and vegan. I didn't check if any of the rest were. I'm also really picky about my primers. Truthfully, I just use like a few drugstore ones, or if I get a higher end one, which I don't think that I've ever bought a higher end primer. I just don't feel a need for it. Primer is very helpful, but I just can't find a primer that works for my skin well. I don't use primer. I don't wear makeup all that much, and when I do, a lot of the times I don't use primer because it's just like a quick, oh, put on concealer and go. So now this last thing in the bag absolutely drove me crazy. So out of all the stuff that I just pulled out, the only thing I could actually try today was the mascara. That was very hard to see, but there's like 2 wands on it. One is a curling mascara, and one is an extreme voluminous extender. So I tried this today. I tried the one on this side, the Extreme Voluminous Extender, and then the curling mascara on this side. And let me tell you, it did not go well. So, first of all, it's a pain. You gotta like rip it out of this. Look at how big this wand is. Like, that's like the size of my entire eye. That is not very easy to put on product with. And I like to really work with the mascara because my eyelashes a lot of the times don't like to cooperate. So I put that on the eye and I put it on the lower lashes, and I did see that it kind of extended them, it kind of lengthened them, but it just was not very good. And I ended up just taking a CoverGirl mascara wand and like trying to brush it through and make it look better. But the worst part is the curling mascara. So again, you gotta like yank it out. That's the same one. Good job, Kat. What is this? Like, I know this is a thing, because I think my brow mascara is like that, but it's such a pain to use, and like, so I tried to use just that like ball on the end, and it just was taking forever, wasn't working very well, so I tried to use like this part, because there's bristles, so I figured, hey, I should be able to use that, right? No. I mean, it like clumped. It looked like I just like stuck the tube on my eyelashes. It was so bad, and so again, I had to take the CoverGirl mascara and put that to like work it through and try to spread it out, and I don't know. It just did not work for me at all. Like, this is probably the most failed product I've ever tried. I struggle with mascara as it is, so to have a product that hard to work with and that bad, no. I'm actually curious what the reviews online about this are. So as I'm sure you could tell from my review of just one bag, I am typically not very impressed with the products in the bag. So that's kind of number one, why I don't really care for it. So Ipsy was the first subscription, anything that I had gotten as far as like paid subscriptions. Other than like maybe a magazine when I was a kid. But I got it as like a Christmas present or something, and so I got like a year's worth, but then it like kept on going, which I was worried it was gonna stop, but then I ended up stopping it after like a year and a half anyways, or at least it should be stopped. I was having issues getting into it, so I don't know if it's actually stopped. Then I get like a half a year into the subscription box, and I was like, ooh, I want to get another. So I ended up getting put on like a waiting list, I think, for the Sephora box, and then I ended up being able to get the Sephora box. So I started getting that. So in comparison, I'm pretty sure the Sephora box is $15 and the Ipsy bag is $10. But I ended up getting like a year's worth of the Ipsy bag plus a bag. It was like you paid $115 and then you got another bag free, so it was technically cheaper, probably like $15. For the Sephora box, it comes in a box, and then there's like a makeup bag. It's kind of like a drawstring bag, if that makes sense. Is it considered drawstring when it's makeup bag? But it's like, it's usually like ribbons, and you can like tighten it and then like open it up. I don't know how to explain that any better. And those bags, I don't think I ever liked any of them, besides one that was like this pink silky material, and then it just made a mess because like the strings got wrapped around everything. I don't know why there's so many strings in that bag, but it was a mess. So all of the Sephora box bags I hated. And most of them were just very plain and like unnecessary. I just didn't like them. And then as far as the Ipsy bags, I got rid of most of them because they're just unnecessary, and I kept a few. Like, I'm probably about to get rid of that one or see if a friend wants it or whatever. So I'm not going to say one is better than the other. I think the Sephora box tends to get products that I can be more interested in, whether it's just skincare or even makeup. They just tend to get things that I'm more interested in the actual box. In the makeup bag, it comes in a box in a bag, or a bag in a box. And so it's not that one's better than the other. I think it's like personal preference and what you're looking for in a bag. I think they're fairly similar, to be honest with you, and I've even had it where I've gotten the same products, not at the same time, but at like the same products in the bags. So I don't think you really need to get both. Me personally, I would choose the Sephora box over the Ipsy bag. But if you're wanting to go the cheaper route, then obviously the Ipsy bag, I think that's always a better deal. I don't know as far as the actual price of the items that are in it. It's just the items that I've been interested in. So the reason I was canceling the subscriptions for the Sephora box and the Ipsy bag are mostly just because the products in it it was no longer worth it to me. And not that it's that much, more that it was just cluttering up my collection of skincare and everything else. And sometimes I would get products that were like in a different language. Like the front would be like the name of the brand and like what it is, but then like the back would be completely in a different language. And I understand that there's like translations on the products and stuff for different languages, but I mean like the product, it was like made somewhere else. Not that I'm against that in any way, I just can't tell what's in the product. And I've spent so much time researching the products in the bags, it just became too much, and I was like, I'm just not doing it anymore. I like the specific skincare that I have. I also will say pregnancy definitely factored into this because there was a lot of stuff that I couldn't use and they were just going to be wasted. I just thought it was like a waste of money because that's $10 more that could be going towards my kid, or that's $10 more that could be going towards college, or that's $10 more that could be going towards a house. People will say pennies add up, so how would 10s, 20s not? They're really exciting to get. Like, I remember looking forward to the boxes each month, and it's cool to see what you're getting and to have the option to try something new. It just became not worth it for me personally, and I wouldn't say any of them are entirely worth it. I love them, but I just think it can clutter up your space. But if you are into trying new products all the time, or you don't have the money to splurge on like specific items and you'd rather just try new things all the time, that's fine, that's great. I just personally don't work best with that. But the last subscription box I canceled would be the Channon Rose subscription box. So it's a YouTuber subscription box, and I'm pretty sure she actually canceled her subscription box now because it just became too much because she has a lot that she does. But the reason I canceled it prior to her completely stopping the subscription box was because the products that she would put in the box, like the actual amount of the item would be priced higher than the box, but it's the highest priced thing I would never actually go out and buy. Like, I wouldn't care to get it in the first place. And like, then she had a lot of vegan stuff that was in it, and I'm not against vegan products. I just don't tend to like a lot of the vegan treats, if that makes sense. It was usually like bars or snacks, candy. I just don't have the same preference of things that she does. Like, the products she likes are usually ones that I completely don't like. Well, I shouldn't say usually. I didn't realize it until after that a lot of her favorites are things I would not even like. Because, like, for an example, sunglasses came with one box and they look horrible on me. She pulls them off so well. I look horrible in them. Plus, it was every 2 months, and I'm pretty sure it was like $30, $40, $50. I'm pretty sure 40. Don't quote me on that. It was just kind of pricey, and I was hesitant about doing the $15 Sephora box, let alone to pay $40, but it's every 2 months, so like $20 a month, but it would all get taken out at the same time. And that just adds up quick, and then on top of having the other one, it was too much. And it's not even that I was personally paying for them, because each subscription was a gift, whether it's for my birthday or Christmas or whatever. I just didn't want anyone else wasting their money, and I didn't want it cluttering up my space. So, simple as that. I even thought about like the mommy baby subscription boxes, bags, whatever there are. And then I thought about the fact that I really don't want to be testing products on my baby either. Like, obviously you're going to have to find something that works, but once something works, I don't want to use anything else. And I'm kind of that way about myself. It's just, especially with the baby, because they're so sensitive, they're so fragile. I just don't want to risk it. And I think that's also me being very overprotective. Maybe it is, maybe it's not. I'm also kind of like digging this shirt because like, see, I love the look of like a sweater on top of like a blouse or like the button-up shirts, whether it's guys or girls wearing them. I love it. But the issue is, for me personally, I could not wear a sweater over a blouse or something because it would get too hot. It would be too many layers. I would feel very trapped. So this is like a built-in one. Like, it's fake. Like, it's actually like just the sweater and then like putting this stuff on it. So anyways, I hope you enjoyed my last Ipsy bag unpackaging and my explanation to why I dropped my subscriptions. I also unsubscribed from like all emails besides one, and it's like a newsletter that only comes out like once a week on Mondays, and it's from a YouTuber that I really like, and I just really was interested in it. But like any other subscriptions, even to like Sephora, Ulta, were like any subscriptions, unsubscribed, deleted. Anything that comes in that I see that I don't care about, I'm like, nope, I don't want to have any subscriptions. I've also worked on minimalism and just simplifying, decluttering, all that stuff, which I feel like I could make a whole thing on, like a whole series, not just another video. And I'm pretty sure in every video I say that there's a different video that I could make. Probably shouldn't brainstorm in my videos, but anyways, I hope you have a wonderful day, and I will show you the room and why we call it a treehouse room now. So you walk in, and this is what you see. And this is why we call it the treehouse room.